Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Feast Papercraft. Today I want to show you the Myths and Magic Suite from the New Occasions catalogue. There's a whole load of stuff you get on it. Let me just show you the page in the catalogue, if I can find it. There we go. The only thing I haven't got is a glimmer paper because it wasn't available to order, but you get 24 sheets of 6x6 paper in 3 colours. You've got this kind of turquoisey blue, mossy green and iridescent white. You also get a set of 3 washi tape. These are glitter washi tape. Now there's a couple of things you should be aware of these ones. Because they're glitter, they don't stick down on the projects quite as well. You need to use a bone folder and just burnish them on properly. And also with this one I find it impossible to find the end. But there you go. Let's hope we don't need to use it today. Oh, we do. Right, so we'll stick those there. Let me show you the papers. The papers are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know whether you can tell in here, but they're glittered. So they are double-sided, but on one side there is glitter detail. I don't know whether the light will catch that. Hopefully it can, but the mermaid bodies are glittered there. On here it's difficult to tell, but it's glazed. It's not glittered as such, it's glazed and embossed. So again, double-sided. We've got knights and dragons, and again they're glittered. So you got for boys and for girls. Well, I know my 3 will love dragons and knights as well. Wizards and his apprentice there in different guises. And the forest. Unicorns. Everybody likes a unicorn. Again, you can see it's glittered, so it's all textured. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. And this, I have to say, is maybe kind of plain, but it is one of my favourites. It's just a lovely bubbles. And again, they're slightly embossed and they've got glitter on them and they're shiny and they sparkle. And we like shiny, sparkly stuff. Right. And these is the stamp set and the dies. So you've got dies to match all of the main shapes. So you've got a dragon, the unicorn, the knight, the wizard, the mermaid. You've got a seahorse, you've got bubbles, you've got branches in this one. You've also got the flames somewhere for the dragon, and you've also got, what do you call it, scalloped, little scallops. Could be seeds, could be grass, could be, you know, all sorts. And a banner, so you can cut out, that will just about fit in there, and I normally do it, so I cut the whole sentiment out in an oval die, and then the magical in the banner. And I'll show you that later on. So now I'm going to show you the project I'm going to make with this. I'll need the dies. We are going to, this is another new product from the catalogue. This is called Lots to Love box. And this is the Valentine's Day set. So there's 2 stamp sets. I've got that one. And they will both fit this dies. They also fit the heart-shaped dies in the main catalogue as well, you know, the layered hearts. And it will tell you down at the bottom there, if you ever wonder, it will tell you which ones it matches there. And you can see it there, okay? But it makes a box, and it makes a narrow box like this, okay? And they've also got on the catalogue Whisper White narrow note cards and envelopes. And they're about, the box is 4 3/4 by 3. So I do my cards, because I haven't got those. So I make my blanks just 4 5/8 by 2 7/8, and they fit in nicely. And what we've got in this one, if I show you, the little easel card. There we go. And that is what we're going to be making today. So let me turn it that way, then you can see. Okay, little easel card, and we're going to be making the box and the card today, and it's all very straightforward and easy. Now then, when you're making the box, what I suggest, depending on how you're going to decorate it, I would use the extra thick Very Vanilla or extra thick Whisper White. I've used Very Vanilla here. It needs a little bit of strength and rigidity to stand up. And also, I've used brushes here, so I've been spritzing with water. And again, it needs that extra bit just to keep its shape after that. Okay, so let's get a move on. First of all, I have cut out one side, but I'm going to cut out the other side and just show you these dies. So it's a large die. It is a full kind of half 6 by 6 type size. And what you also get are these 2 dies here to make the notch. So you get 2 of them, you can make the notch. So first of all, I'm going to cut this out. Let me bring my Big Shot over. So again, I mean, always make sure you use the most economical use of your paper. Bring it up to the sides, because you can always use, although you can't get 2 out of 1 half sheet, you can always use it for other bits and pieces. And as it cuts, it also embosses the score lines as well. So you have all the score lines done as well. So that's done. Put that to one side. Move that up the way. And there you go. Oh, we didn't do the notch, did we? So let's do the notch. Ooh. Now, obviously you can take your time and you can measure this, but I find eyeballing is fine, really. You just want it in the middle. You know, put the die right up to the line of the paper. You can tape it if you want to, or you can just hope nothing moves. And that's all it needs doing. And it takes that notch out. I think that's very clever. It's worth it just for that, I think. Right, move that back out the way. So we've got the notch. Let's put our dies away. Always make sure you tidy your dies up. You spend all this money on dies, the last thing you want to do is lose one. And I have done that before. I lost one of my dies, and it's just annoying. It may not be an important die. Maybe a die that you never use, but there's something about not having a complete set that irritates me. Right, so we've got our box. Now we're going to decorate it. So I decorate it this way, and we're going to use Brushos. I'm doing a whole class on Brushos. I'm doing a series of three classes, moving from simple to more complex techniques. But as we are doing unicorns today, so we're going to have a rainbow. Now let me get these in order, otherwise I'll get it all wrong. Now I know we don't have complete rainbow colours here, but what do we want? That's it. Like that, don't we? Yes. So we're going to start over here. Do not take the lid off, you'll get powder everywhere. They do stain, so just be careful to make sure your surface is protected. There we go. You don't need much. I just tap at the bottom, and it just looks like they're just coloured crystals. That's what they are. That is what they are. Brusho crystal colour. So they may not always look like how you expect the colours to be, but once you spritz them with water or paint with them, then they are magnificent. So I'm not putting much on. Blue comes out by itself quite happily. And then you get your spritzer, and that's when the magic happens. There we go. So that's what I'm saying about having a stronger card, because you are going to spritz with a lot of water. If all the crystals don't get wet or don't release, then you can fix the hairspray. I haven't found that you need to do that. And I just like to dab it off just to help it dry, because obviously I'm doing this video so I want it done quickly. You could use a heat tool to let it dry. I prefer to let it dry naturally. If you put something heavy on top of it, then it will dry flatter, but I'm not too worried at the moment. Look at all that colour, such a waste. Never mind, we won't do that. I tell you what I should have done first. Wink of Stella. Who's got a Wink of Stella pen? Now, these are water-based. Wink of Stella is water-based. So I would recommend, because I'm going to stain my Wink of Stella pen now, is that you do this, see what I mean? You do this before you put the colour down spritz. And I'll show you when I colour in. Remind me, won't you? So just clean your nib off like this. I know, we don't like to waste a Wink of Stella. Never mind. So you should do, and what that will do is add some sparkle, she says, hopefully. Can't see. But it will just add a little bit of sparkle to it. So what I would suggest you do is actually, before you put your Brusho down, go over with the Wink of Stella, and then add the brush out and then spritz. And what you get is a really nice sparkly base to your design. So next we're going to move on to the easel card inside. So I have got some unicorns. We all like a unicorn. And I'm going to decorate my unicorns. Now, I've got a very cheap paint set. And then let's see, what colours have we got? And all you do, see, I've used this. You can see I've used it. What colours should we do? Ooh. And just wet your brush. Obviously not over your work. And you do want a fairly dry brush. You don't want it too wet. Let's have an orange. Actually, what did I say? So what we're going to do first of all is we're just going to go over, okay, we're going to have a bluey unicorn here because that was still what's on the pen. So we'll do a little bit of a bluey unicorn. And just, that's it. That's gone clear now. And I'll do the same over here now. Just go over with your Wink of Stella first and add the sparkle and the glitter, and then go over with the brushos. So now we know that we're doing a bluey. Let's just take that. So I've just got a bit of tissue. I'm just going to dab some of that off because otherwise it would just be too strong, and we don't want it. And that's all we're going to do. A little bit down there. So what I've done, I've just sprinkled some Brusho into the little holes and added water. Now I haven't really topped up these since I started using it a couple of weeks ago. So obviously you could, actually that's what I want from that one. What colour should we do that one? Let's do that one orange. You could add some more colour because obviously the more water you add, the lighter the colour is going to be. You can tell the difference between that unicorn and how we just went over the box when we spritzed it. There we go. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll do a little rainbow, shall we? So let's start with red. Now I normally take my glasses off to colour because my colouring is, I don't know, my eyesight doesn't really help for colouring. Oh, that's a bit brighter. Who likes rainbows? I like rainbows. Now you're just going to have to wait while I colour this in. Sorry. But it shouldn't take long. And I'm not too worried that I'm going out the lines and stuff. I'm going to die cut it out anyway, so it's not going to make that big a difference. And you see that yellow is a little bit weak. So we're just going to add, just top it up. And it will dry off and you can just reactivate it with some water. Actually, I wonder if that's going to be green. Now obviously you can make your own colours. The green in here, the colour that we get for green is a moss green. So what I might do, just add a bit of blue and a bit of yellow, some water, and I should have hopefully made my own green. Yeah, I might need to add some more yellow. Anyway, need orange first, don't we? Now we've done red, orange, yellow. Oh, we do need green. Let's just see what kind of green this is. So we need some more yellow in that. It's a long time since I've done colour wheel. And so that's a bit more of a rainbowy greeny colour, isn't it? A bit more yellow. There we go. And so we've made a bit more of a kind of green we'd expect to see in a rainbow rather than a browny mossy green. Forget what I've coloured. Then go back to the blue. Okay, and then the violet. Oh, that's not violet anymore, is it? Let me just take that colour out. So we need a purple, don't we? So purple is red and blue. Got to remember all this. I need to go back to school, figure out my colours again. So you can mix and match and make your own colours. Oh wow, that's a purple and a half, isn't it? Maybe a bit. What do we think we need in there? It's a very dark. I'll add a bit more blue, I think. Probably the wrong way. But you can keep playing until you've got the colour that you like. I'm not going to play too much, otherwise we'll be here all day. I just think that's a bit dark, but hey ho. We're going to go for a dark violet. Then go back to the beginning. Let's use it just to wash that out. As soon as I hit that, oh well. I'm going to have some dirty colours now, but never mind. It's a dirty unicorn. There we go. Been playing in the mud. And then my orange again. Okay. So it's not as neat as maybe I'd like to have done it, but you can do it neater. You're not in the same rush as me. So that's all the colouring done. So leave those to one side just to dry. It doesn't take long when you do it like that. You can see that's almost dry now. In fact, that's probably okay to put together. Let's finish. So fold all your lines. It's like I said, it's all been scored. Try and fold straight, does help. Okay, so we've got that bit there and that bit there. So another item that I will show you. This is in the Celebration catalogue. So if you order £90 worth, you can get these dies for free. And you can't really see it. It says Celebrate You and Amazing. And there is a stamp set in the Celebration catalogue, which you can use these with. Right, let's get that in. So I've already die cut these out. And I've done it in copper, in the copper sheets. And I've also, I don't know whether you've seen them in the catalogue, the glue sheets. Very useful. I should have started with Celebrate. Let's put Celebrate on first. Very useful for things like that, these glue sheets. Just put it on and see, it makes life a lot easier. A little bit fiddly in places, but generally a lot easier. Right. Now obviously you do want to make sure yours is properly dry. The drier it is, the better your adhesion will be. And then you, Celebrate You, and a little bit longer for that to dry. We'll put this together and then, so make sure I do this the right way around. So it's up to you, whatever glue you prefer. I prefer the tape for this. Make sure it's on properly. And I find it easier. Let's turn it around that way. So make sure you want these ends opposite ends. So you want it the opposite way around, okay? And then just line it up like that. Turn it over. And then just fold that over. There we go. And there is your box. So I'm going to put a bit of tape on there. Now, I haven't brought my bone folder down with me, but what I would do, make sure that bows out, because what you don't want to do is that end to get caught on the card before you've got it where you want it to be. There we go. I like to have one end secure. Actually, let me use that, and that will go in there, won't it? And just use something just to burnish it in there. Okay, and then you can close this up. Ta-da! One box. Right, now we need to finish doing the rest of the bits. So, easel card. So that is 5 and, so that length is 5 7/8, and that length is 4 5/8. Obviously fold it in the middle, or cut it in the middle. Then you have another piece, score it in the middle, not cut it. Another piece to go in the front, which is exactly the same size. So we're just going to use the reverse. Right, so we're going to have unicorns down there, and we are having some glittery. I'm going to be using the one that I can never find. Oh, found it. I can never find the end of. And then I found it. Oh, she says this. So I'm just going to put that in the middle like that. Tear it off. As you can tell, I forgot my scissors as well. Bit of glue. And that will go on the inside here. Little unicorns. So just do your standard matting and layering, she says. I don't think that's cut straight. But there you go. Whatever you like your matting and layering to be. I've got a little sentiment here. So this is going to be the stopper that's going to go there. Hope your day is magical. So that just goes there. Okay, and then on the front, this is the Happy Birthday die from the annual catalogue, new this year. Again, I've done the same thing. I've got the sticker sheet on the back. Okay. It does require some cleaning. I'll clean that up after the video. I don't think you want me to see clean my die. It just, for these types of sentiment dies, it makes life a lot easier to have the sticker sheets. Okay. Use the reverse of the other paper. That's what's so good about having double-sided 12 by 12 paper. It will all coordinate. It will all match. So that goes there. Like that. Now then, hopefully, yep, you can see, and I don't know whether you can see the Wink of Stella there glittering away, but it just adds, particularly of unicorns, particularly this set, you need a bit of sparkle, don't you? So I'm just excuse me for a minute while I just die cut my 2 unicorns out. Oh, I tell you what, I'll show you. You want to see how they cut out, don't you? Go. You can see how quickly my workspace gets a mess. As you can see, I've used the corner of left over from making the boxes. They line up really well, actually, particularly if you stand right over them. Normally my die cutting station, I have to lean over my stamp rack as well. I've got an old CD rack I use to store my stamp sets in. So I'm not doing it straight over like this. Oh, isn't it nice? Do like a green unicorn. Right. Line that up. There we go. Oops, for taking everything with me. Sorry, ladies. Right. I should say that when you're using the brushos, use an archival ink. Don't use Memento water-based ink because obviously they are water-based. Right, I think we'll have that unicorn prancing. Need some mini dimensionals. These are a lifesaver. I don't know whether you saw these in the annual catalogue as well. The mini dimensionals. Not so important on this one actually, but on some of them it is very nice to have these mini dimensionals. Oops. Right. Happy birthday. And you know what I've done, don't you? Okay, we're going to have a happy birthday like that. Happy birthday. We're not doing an easel card today because I forgot I was doing an easel card and I've done a straightforward card like that. But I did do an easel card with the other one, so you saw how an easel card should look like. I bet you saw me doing that, didn't you? And you're shouting at the screen going, stop, stop. Never mind. And here we've got our unicorn there. So you've got the box and you've got the card and it all fits in nicely. So I'm not going to bother providing an envelope. The box is the envelope. And that means you could, if you wanted to, put a little gift in there. I did one recently for my daughter's friend who was 7. And I put a little necklace in there as well. So there we go. And that's that. Take that out again. And you've got a nice card. Obviously you can do an easel card because you know how to do them rather than me. Right, and that was my original one, which is using the mermaids rather than the unicorns. So let me get this one out because this one is an easel card. Because I can make easel cards when I remember. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.